This episode is brought to you by Experian. Are you paying for subscriptions you don't use but can't find the time or energy to cancel them? Experian could cancel unwanted subscriptions for you, saving you an average of $270 per year and plenty of time. Download the Experian app. Results will vary. Not all subscriptions are eligible. Savings are not guaranteed. Paid membership with connected payment account required.
Hello and welcome to Audiobook Connection, behind the scenes with the creative teams. I'm Becky Parker Geist and I'm your host. Audiobook Connection is your place to learn about the audiobook creative process and for authors to learn valuable tips on producing and marketing your audiobooks. This podcast is sponsored by Pro Audio Voices, helping great stories come alive through audiobook production and marketing. Hi, and thanks for joining me today. We're going to talk today about being a leader by being a follower. Another possible title for this episode that I was first thinking about was competition or community. That's the path we're going to go down today. The first thing I want to bring up is about voracious readers and listeners. There are so many people out there who want more content, right? They want great content, obviously, but there is a real desire, a passion for having more, especially when you have a particular genre or style of writing that you're really interested in. You want more and more of it. And so being able to keep up with that pace for an author, if one author was trying to meet that need on their own, oh my gosh, so incredibly impossible. We as customers, as readers, as listeners, need a lot of authors, and we as authors also need a lot of other authors. So instead of thinking about other authors, even in our same genre, as competitors, really we should be thinking of them as partners. Building community among authors is a really fun and can be a wonderful and valuable thing to be doing. So let's put some focus on that now. A couple of the aspects of that we'll talk about are where to connect and how to connect, but also who to connect with. One principle you could apply to this conversation is the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, many people also talk about the platinum rule. Do to others what they would like to have done to them. In this case, we're going to talk about the golden rule because this is a way that we can kind of model our own behavior on what we would like to have happen if we were to turn the tables. How can we be helping others in a way that will actually end up helping us as well? And so I ask the question, how would you like other authors to connect with you? How would you like them to be helping you out? For example, would you like another author to tell their audience, their following, about your books? Would you like other authors to write reviews for you? Would you like them to comment on your posts on social media? How would you like other authors to be helping you? I think that these are important questions, and I hope that you'll jot them down because I think that there is a lot of potential in thinking that through and then taking action that is appropriate based on what you write down. But really give that some thought. How would you like other authors to be helping you? And another related question to that is, what platforms or in what groups or contexts would these other authors be helping you? That is very strongly related to where are you? Are you on social media? Are you on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter? Where do you hang out? And if you are on one of these social media platforms, one or more, Do you interact in any groups? And if so, what groups are those? Are they groups with other authors in them? And if they are, then how might you like those other authors to help you in that context, right? So just as an example, if you're in a Facebook group and it's a group with many authors in it, what would you like another author to do in the context of that Facebook group that would feel supportive? What would they do? And jot that down so you are tracking the kinds of things that probably other authors would also find helpful. Or maybe you hang out more in in-person gatherings. These days, that's a little less often the case. Many groups have gone to Zoom meetings and things like that. But if you are meeting in person with other writers, let's say, for example, you're part of a writers group and you have a context in which you meet in person, well, then that's a way that I want you to think about. How would you like those other authors to be supporting you in your marketing, in getting the word out about your writing? And if you're in online groups that are having some kind of meeting or some kind of conferencing that happens, how would you like writers to support you in that context? Again, we're looking for the kinds of activities for you to identify them, first of all, so you know both what you would like to have happen and also the kinds of things that you can do to help others. And then to address the who in the equation, who are the other authors that you would like to have helping you? Are they bestsellers? Bestsellers in what context? New York Times? Amazon? Or are they showing up on a lot of podcasts or other kind of media right now, and so they're really visible? Are they writing in a similar vein that you are, writing in the same genre? Are they writing to the same target market that feels like a really great fit for your books? And if you don't know yet who those authors are who are writing to the same, essentially the same target market that you are, that is a worthy piece of research for your time. Find out who those people are. And then you'll know who you would like to have supporting you in these different ways that you're identifying. So again, we're creating this vision, if you will, of how you would imagine other authors might be helping you in your ideal world. Take some time to think about that. Make some notes for yourself. We're going to take a short pause and come right back for some more.
Looking for a way to get some direction and help with building your author platform and marketing your books and audiobooks? Pro Audio Voices created the audiobook marketing program to help authors like yourself get the support they need at an affordable rate. We work with you to bring your goals together with our marketing expertise to create a customized blueprint, the tools and materials to build your platform, step-by-step instructions, and the team to help you all along the way. For more information, visit proaudiovoices.com and click on Audiobook Marketing Program. Pro Audio Voices, helping great stories come alive through audiobook production and marketing.
Now we're going to dive a little more deeply into the idea of being a leader by being a follower. First of all, let's go to that list of groups that maybe you're part of, where you would like some support from other authors. What are those groups? Write them out. If you're not a part of any groups at all as an author, then this might be a good time to consider joining up. There are a lot of really excellent supportive groups. Immediately, I think of Bay Area Independent Publishers Association, BAIPA.org, And that organization is serving people all over, not just the Bay Area, especially since going fully Zoom. So monthly meetings, lots of great content there. That's one possibility. IBPA, an excellent organization to be a part of. And there are lots of others. If you're a children's writer, then SCBWI is definitely an organization where you should be a member. If you're a romance writer, Romance Writers of America, and the list goes on and on and on. There are so many organizations that are helping to gather together authors in particular genres, and these are great organizations to connect with so that you can connect with other authors. And if you are part of an authors group of some kind, how can you engage more fully in that organization? Does the organization do events? If so, show up. Is there online networking within the organization like IBPA? That's a good place to start connecting with other people. There are also platforms like Goodreads, which is a little more in the social media world, but a place where book lovers hang out and lots of authors hang out. There's a place where you can connect with other authors. And speaking of connecting with other authors, are you reading or listening to their books? If they're in your genre, and especially if they're what feels like a really close fit, then it's not only logical that you'll enjoy their books, but it's also good to read or listen to them for other reasons. For example, have you recently written a review for one of those other authors of a book that you've read? You know how important it is to you to have others write reviews for you, right? But have you been writing reviews for others? If you're reading the books of those who are writers similar to you, which is a good thing to do, then wouldn't it be a really great thing to also write a review for each of them? Isn't that what you would really appreciate someone doing for you? Well, this is one of those ways in which the best way to be a leader is to start out by being a follower, and also to reach out to the other author. It doesn't have to be just a review left and that's it. Once you've written that review, find their website. Let them know that you wrote that review. Let them know that you appreciate their work. And if you find them on social media, wouldn't it be nice to comment there about something that was really cool from one of their books? Or to respond to some post that they've made about their book? Or to comment on someone else's post or comment that refers to that? You see, these are all things that we want to have others do for us. So let's be leaders by first being the follower, by reaching out, by helping out our fellow authors. That's the main message of this podcast today, and it's a reminder to me as well. I also get extremely busy and am not always reaching out as much as I could to my fellow authors for me as an author. So I'm right there with you, and I hope that we can help each other as we connect, as we build our community together. Let's flip that marketing equation. If you're thinking only about how to get or how to sell, let's flip that. Let's turn it around and think about the many ways that we could be helping others in the ways that we would like to be helped. I hope this has been enjoyable for you and has provided some good food for thought. If you have a story about a way that you have done this, where you've reached out and helped another author and then found that you got something really great in return, even if it was just feeling really good about that, I'd love to hear it. Reach out to us at proaudiovoices.com. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for joining us for Audiobook Connection, behind the scenes with the creative teams. please take a moment to subscribe at audiobookconnection.com. The podcast is sponsored by Pro Audio Voices, helping great stories come alive through audiobook production and marketing. Learn more at proaudiovoices.com. Again, thanks for being with us, and please join us next week.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.